Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few things to go over. We have some new potential DLC updates to take a look at for the hidden treasure of Area Zero. We have some other things to take a look at. There's plenty of things to break down today. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It really does help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's take a look at this image which has been making the rounds online. It was posted originally, I think, by Amy at Japan, and this is just kind of a few things that people are talking about. We have Soul Silver out here talking about it, saying this looks like something to promo the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC that they give you when you buy something from the Pokemon Center online, just based on Google Translate and from an unconfirmed source, but I'd still keep an eye out. So it says, to you who set off on a new adventure, Kitakami amount, and then it says Blueberry School, and then guidance document included. So obviously the Blueberry School is obviously the Blueberry Academy, which is where we go in the Indigo Disc, and then it says Pokemon Center Online, and then it says download, what is that, Porter, something like that, I'm not sure. So it looks like it is something that you would get when you do buy the Pokemon DLC, maybe from the Pokemon Center or something like that. We have Pokesutami kind of translating it all and stuff, saying this thing is floating around. It's a pre-purchase bonus alongside along with a bunch of stickers you get when purchasing the DLC download card from a Pokemon Center in Japan. Basically, what it's meant to be is some sort of welcome note slash guide for people starting a new adventure in Kitakami Village and the Blueberry Academy. I don't actually have it yet myself, but I can get it if people are interested in it, but I don't think it's anything of any real major info or importance, and not my image yanked from a random sales post. And then we also have Jean here replying, who of course is another translator in the community, saying, I believe it's meant to be the admission letter from Blueberry Academy. Feel very bad for whoever posting this but not explaining what it is and letting the English community run their imagination despite the fact that they definitely read Japanese. Administration letter, that's the word of overly tired brain was searching for while typing this. All I could come up with another welcome note. Wouldn't come up with this term unless I have applied and got accepted to a school in an English-speaking country. Basically, that thing is to inform you to enroll, pay $30 in the academy, likely in September, since the whole Scarlet and Violet is a school setting. So that seems to be what it is. Again, it has been floating around online, and a lot of people have been not a lot of people, but there's been a few people kind of umming and ahhing about it, because obviously it is to do with the DLC, so fair play that obviously people would question it. But that seems to be what it is. It's just some sort of like admission letter, but it doesn't look like it's going to have anything crazy about it. In the background, we do have like Goldengo, we have some stickers, we've got Tinkaton there, and then I think this is found in the Iono's town. Can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. And then I think we have like Sprigatito and stuff, and that looks like Quaxley. So yeah, nothing crazy really. Doesn't really go into detail about anything in regards to the DLC. It is just some sort of like admission letter or something like that. So that's the first thing that I wanted to go over. Next, we do have this, which is a really, really cool breakdown by Makio and J Roses from the latest Scarlet, Pokemon, Scarlet and Violet episode. Obviously, if you haven't seen the episode, spoilers. But basically, in the latest episode, we saw Terapagos, the baby form once again, and we also saw this like book going into detail about these other Pokemon, and some people are like assuming that it might kind of be like hinting towards a new Pokemon, and so this is like a really cool breakdown by Makio and J Roses going over like the different Pokemon that we've seen. So obviously we have this image here, we have like this image here, we have this image here, and then we also have this image here, and then as well as that we had like Shiny Rayquaza as well. So this is kind of the breakdown of it. So we know two of the Pokemon. I think there's like 5 or 6 Pokemon. In fact, yeah, there is 6 Pokemon that's seen in this book, and 2 of them are definitely Shiny Rayquaza and also Arboliva, which is healing wounds. So who are the other 4? So these are the 6 heroes in this book. So breaking through walls, from the illustrations, this would appear to be a Hawlucha, a winged Pokemon that would have the ability to break walls. So this is the Pokemon here that I could see this being Hawlucha. It looks definitely like it's got the body shape of Hawlucha there. We then have number 4, Crossing Seas. At first glance would look like a Lapras. There are many similarities with it. However, this could be a trap. In the drawing of the hands, there is a black horn that by exclusion belongs to him. A water-type Pokemon with the shape and a black horn very similar to the one in the drawing is Hisuian Samurott. That's our guess. So this is the one they're talking about here. I still kind of would go with Lapras just because crossing seas, like, Lapras is the Pokemon that's known to cross oceans and stuff and obviously help people cross seas and stuff, and Hisuian Samurott isn't really. And in my opinion, it looks a little bit more like an outline of Lapras than Hisuian Samurott, so I'd argue that it is Lapras, or it could be Hisuian Samurott, who knows. We have number 5, galloping across the land. In one of the first illustrations in the book, which you can find on Pokeos on our profile, you can see that it's a fire-type Pokemon is present in his team. This Pokemon could be Arcanine or Hisuian Arcanine. It's a very similar fur. Lyco's grandmother owns an Arcanine. Could things be linked? Maybe he's not the fire-type Pokemon and he could be a Stoutland. So yeah, this is the one they're talking about there. So it could be Arcanine. Again, we're just guessing what these are. They could all be new Pokemon. We generally don't know. It feels very unlikely that that would be the case. But yeah, it was just kind of like putting 2 and 2 together with the Pokemon that already exist and stuff. So this could potentially be Arcanine. And then number 6, a racing through the sky. This is the toughest. The Pokemon could be any bird, Articuno, Corviknight. Archeops has a very similar shape in its artwork. The previously mentioned fire-type Pokemon could be this, and maybe it's Talonflame. What do you think the team of this ancient adventurer will be? Let us know your theories. So, like I say, I just wanted to include that because honestly, the anime is kind of is treating us a bit. It is treating us a bit. We obviously just got a new kind of image and stuff, a new footage, I suppose, of Baby Terapagos, and now we're getting this as well in the same episode. And I think there is going to be elements of the DLC shown in the Pokemon Scarlet Violet anime, and obviously we already have in the sense of Baby Terapagos. So when things like this get shown as well, you never know. There could literally be like 5 new Pokemon. It's very unlikely, but we are expecting more new Pokemon in the DLC anyway, because so far in the Indigo Disc, we've only been introduced to Terapagos and the baby form of it, whereas in the Teal Mask, we have like 4 new Pokemon, and I still think we're going to get more than 4 as well. I think we're still going to get like Paradox forms and maybe some regional forms or something like that. It's unlikely that we'd get a regional form in the Indigo Disc because obviously we're in the terrarium and the kind of conditions in the environment and the habitat have already been created by like people, so it's unlikely that we'd get a regional form there. But I mean, in the Teal Mask, we're definitely, you know, it's on the cards, much more likely to get a regional form there. But I think Paradoxes are still very much on the cards. Some people are arguing that it could be Apom and Gligar being the exclusives to Scarlet and Violet's DLC. We could be getting the legendary beasts, the Swords of Justice. You know, any of them could easily get Paradox forms. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think it's very likely that we are going to get some more Mons. And then we also have this from Soul Silverheart talking about the 4 characters that we are, of course, are going to be introduced to in the Indigo Disc. So, the 4 students / trainers of the Blueberry Academy. It seems highly likely that each one will be assigned to one of the 4 parts of the terrarium. I mean, it makes sense because it's split in 4. There's 4 characters. You know, like I say, it makes sense. Maybe like 1 gym leader for each section. I still think that's going to be the case. I think we have to do certain like quests or objectives in the terrarium, and then once we've done all those, we then battle one of the trainers or the kind of gym leader of that terrarium. I don't know how this is going to lead us into Terapagos. Maybe once we complete all the kind of what you call them, like quests or whatever in the terrarium, and then maybe we can then venture out and go into the technically hidden treasure of Area 0 and go deeper into it. And maybe that's how we do it, because I have no idea how Terapagos is going to get linked in this DLC, because we're not even in Paldea in these 2 DLC packs. Anyway, after that, their type specialities seem more clear to me as well. Lacey was the only one featured, and details on her can be found in the QT below. After learning this and seeing her design clearly, I'd say she's a ground or rock type user. The cook is probably a fire type user, but maybe dragon or fire. Fairy type, but probably dragon or fire. I'm convinced the girl with the glasses is a steel type, and the last white hair boy must be dark due to the Mischief jacket. They almost seem like the types of the Paldean Elite Four, which makes me wonder if they are the reason we couldn't rematch the Elite Four in the base game, which I think is a really cool thought about it, because this is the first game we've never beat, like, in, you know, ever, that we've not been able to challenge the Elite Four again. And it's a bit annoying that we couldn't do that, but maybe it's because of this DLC. You know, it's very likely that that is the kind of case that's going on here. But yeah, definitely more than meets the eye about these characters, but it looks like we are going to be fighting them at some point. I'm pretty sure you fight Lacey relatively early on, so maybe that's just like a warm-up battle and you have to fight a proper team later on. But anyway, that's all that. And then finishing things off, Pokemon are still tweeting out about Pokemon Sleep. Again, this is supposed to be coming out in July. We still have not much information. We don't really have much information about it at all. There's a really cute Pikachu here, but obviously right now it is Snorlax week, so you'd like to think that we're going to get something to do with Pokemon Sleep, hopefully soon, because I think Snorlax week finishes on Wednesday, and so, you know, maybe tomorrow we get some sort of Pokemon Sleep announcement, and if not, then, you know, Wednesday it has to. Like, it is Snorlax week, this game is coming out in July, you know, what better way would to release some information about it than during Snorlax week. So we'll have to wait and see. So hopefully we do get something this week about it. Whether that means we're also going to get a Pokemon Presents, I think that's very, very unlikely. I wouldn't expect any DLC stuff until at least July. Obviously, we're getting stuff in August because of Pokemon Worlds, but apart from that, I don't know. Maybe we'll get something, maybe we won't. But as of right now, it looks like we are going to get something to do with Pokemon Sleep this week just because of Snorlax week. But that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. It's trying to hit 500 likes. Leave a comment with your thoughts on everything we covered in today's video. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on the kind of, you know, Pokemon Ancient Team, whatever? Do you think it is, you know, just Pokemon we've already had, or do you think there could potentially be a new Pokemon here? And then also, what are your thoughts on these 4 characters? And do you think we're going to get some Pokemon Sleep updates this week as well? Thank you for watching, though. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Until next time, though, guys, peace.